Hello, I'm Jean and welcome to my garden here at the Hunter's Tryst in Edinburgh. It's really wild here outside, as I'm sure you can see through the window, so today I'm going to be staying indoors. Gardening is enjoying a resurgence in popularity just now because due to COVID-19 restrictions we have much more time at home and a lot of people have rediscovered the joys of the garden. Gardening's always been a big part of my life, thanks to very enthusiastic gardening parents. But a lot of newcomers to gardening simply just don't know where to start. And I hope that these videos will help you. You'll probably have several different types of plants in your garden: trees, shrubs, perennials, annuals, and others. This is a photo of my garden taken in the summer, and I've labelled the different plant types to help you identify them more easily. Today I want to tell you a little bit about shrubs and show you how very useful and versatile they are in the garden. Shrubs are perennial plants with persistent woody stems above ground. They usually have multiple stems with no main trunk because the stems are branched out below ground level. Our typical garden shrubs are probably between 1/2 metre and 6 metres in height, so quite a variety, and they can be deciduous or evergreen. So, why would you want shrubs in the garden? One very good reason is that shrubs maintain their structure and their shape all year round. Annuals and perennials are probably much more colourful through the summer. But as winter sets in, the annuals die, the herbaceous perennials die back and become dormant till the following year. But in winter, our shrubs come into their own because they keep their structure and don't die back when everything else is given up. All they might need from time to time is some pruning to keep them at the right size and in a good shape. Some shrubs have striking, eye-catching foliage. Some have beautiful flowers. And some, like this Cornus midwinter fire, display these bright zingy stems all winter. There are many to choose from, and it all comes down to personal preference. It's quite a good idea to take a walk around your neighbourhood and have a look in your neighbours' gardens and see what appeals to you and what grows comfortably there. You can be sure that there'll be a shrub for just about any situation. So now that you can recognise which of your garden plants are shrubs, we can have a look at how to care for them. Although there'll always be some exceptions, there are some good general rules of thumb about how to prune your shrubs. And all you need is a good sharp pair of secateurs. This is a very basic but good, easily remembered rule for your flowering deciduous shrubs. These are the ones that lose their leaves in winter. If they flower in the first part of the year, that's from January through to June, you prune them, cut them back directly after flowering. This is because they flower on last year's wood, and if you were to prune them in the winter, they wouldn't have had enough time to put on enough growth to have any flower buds, so you would lose the flowers. However, if they flower in the second half of the year, then you can safely prune them through the winter months from late autumn to early spring, because they will flower next year on new wood that they make next year. But as I said earlier, there are exceptions, so do check up online for your particular shrubs. Don't be afraid to prune back quite hard because you won't kill the plant. The very worst that can happen is that you might lose a season's flowers, but you probably won't. Pruning will help keep your shrubs looking strong and bushy, and if you're too timid, they can end up looking rather spindly like this. Last winter I cut back this road very hard. I kept my fingers crossed, and just look how it's bounced back, bigger and stronger than ever. Evergreen shrubs like Rhododendron, Euonymus, Choisya and Pieris need little attention. They only need occasional trimming to keep them in shape and at your preferred height. But all shrubs will undoubtedly benefit from having any dead, damaged or diseased branches removed. And evergreen shrubs that flower during the winter months often have the most wonderful scent. Lastly, when choosing a new shrub for your garden, pay good attention to the projected size of the plant in a few years' time. If you get something very vigorous that will grow quite big quite quickly, you will spend far too much of your time keeping it back to the size you want. Much better to choose carefully in the first place. I hope this video has been helpful for you. Shrubs, I find, are a very useful part of any garden, and you will always get the best out of them if you know how to look after them. So, enjoy your gardening. Bye-bye.